Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round 6, game 2. After the exciting match of Demacia vs Boundless City, we've moved on to Ionia versus Piltover. As always with me, Super Naked Zombie, who has returned.
Hey.
Hopefully here for the full duration this time. We'll see.
Hopefully. We'll see.
Anyway, Piltover. No, not Piltover. Ionia sporting support, Karma, jungle, Lee Sin, mid, Yasuo probably, Varus, ADC, and top Jax.
Yeah, and on the Piltover team, we've got Vi, who's probably hanging out in the jungle. We've got Caitlyn, who looks like she's going AD carry. We've got a Ziggs going mid, a Janna support, and an Ezreal top.
Yeah, looking like it. A bit more of an unconventional team from Piltover, but I think they may not be taking this as seriously as we discussed in the previous video. They are pretty much safe for qualification into the finals. Sitting at 4-2 in the standings, they could lose the next two games, go 4-3, and it's extremely unlikely that there will be any kind of tiebreaker situation or such. But it does look like Piltover want to invade. I don't know if they were spotted out. I heard
yeah, we could see a 4v4 right now, and that would be great.
And it does look like Ionia know. Like, they must have been spotted out.
We've got almost both full teams just hiding in bushes quite near each other. This has to result in some kind of first blood.
Well, you didn't do the first game with me, Noxus versus Demacia, but in the river bushes just north of this, they oh my god, and that could be a first blood, but it's not
flashes
gonna be.
away, Ziggs flashes after.
I don't think that was worth, but we'll let the teams do what they do. They're not even gonna. Doesn't look like they'll even fucking steal the red buff at this point. They might do.
Realise they need to steal the red buff to make
make it worth.
Yasuo looks like he's gonna try and steal.
That's the
Varus.
Yeah. Shoots across.
The Janna winds up with red buff. Interesting choice there.
I think that was a mistake. It was an early smite from the Vi, but whatever, they'll have to deal with it. That wasn't a great invade team if you ask me, but they went for it. They got Karma's flash and Karma's late to lane, so we see the opposite.
Difference it'll make. We still haven't seen first blood, but I mean it's an interesting early game. Definitely.
I think first blood will probably come down mid. Yasuo may try and all in, and either he'll get it or he won't. That's what I'm calling, because it's a Yasuo. What else does it do? Ziggs trying his best to poke out, but not getting much at the moment. We see Lee Sin has successfully counter jungle with the red buff. That's a flash in. Oh, I don't think he needed to flash that, but regardless, yeah, playing it safe, but yeah.
It's Yasuo taking a lot of damage from the Ziggs.
Good. Well done,
Healed
Ziggs.
up now, but
yep. We do see Lee Sin striding down the river as well, so gonna see if he can get involved in this. Gonna get around the back, and it's worth noting that Ziggs blew his flash at the beginning there, so he may not get it. He's coming over to this blue buff now. They can't give it to Ziggs, surely. Okay, they're giving it to Ziggs. At this point, Vi has not successfully acquired a buff.
Yeah, an interesting choice there from Piltover, but who knows? We'll see what happens. Ziggs struggling with that wind wall there.
Yeah, I think he was just sort of sussing out what it did, maybe. Oh, we do see.
This looks bad for Ziggs right now.
Yeah, Yasuo's, doing his thing where he flies around lane, but not really getting the most damage in the world. Ziggs may be playing it a little bit more heartily than he should do, especially considering he has no flash, and he's got a blue buff to lose, and this could well be first blood. Gets in underneath the turret, a lot of damage going down into that Lee Sin there, but not going to quite pick up the kill there as he does get out with the barrier usage. Or safeguard, there we go, correct terms for things. A little bit of a CS advantage to Jack's top lane, that Doran shield working in his advantage, and it looks like from the Doran's blade at least that Ezreal was going to try and play AD instead of AP. I think possibly they would have benefited more from an AP Ezreal, but we'll see how it goes. If he just gets fed and it works out, then you can't really complain, really.
I mean, he does have 10 AP.
Oh, we do see a gank coming in down onto the Caitlyn mid. Not mid, bottom. A lot more tower hits getting taken by Lee Sin here, but in the end, barrier burned, but flash saved, so well played by Caitlyn to save the flash in that situation, which looked fairly hairy.
Yeah, the Ezreal does have 10 AP, which, I mean, does that mean he took AP runes?
Yeah, he must have had to take some form of AP to
So
acquire
maybe he's going to
22.
switch that Doran's out and go
Yeah.
AP later on.
It's
Who
not
knows what
uncommon
Doran's doing.
for people who want to go AP in the top lane, things like Kennen and such, to start off with the Doran Blade, because it gives them better harassing power and last hitting power.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
maybe that's his thought process that way, but the Doran Shield working well in Jax's favour for the moment. A little bit of poke going
down
down.
on this Caitlyn.
Yeah, and Janna almost out of mana, I think. They should have gone back while the lane was heavily pushed against them, and they do need to do that now before Caitlyn's in any more trouble. There is, what, heal onto Karma and onto Varus, so they have pretty low kill potential with the heals, to be honest. Point blank minion, ult, Q there. Ooh, we do see Lee Sin coming into this mid lane. Q just going to miss. They're trying to get in onto him. Oh, first blood just goes down to Ziggs. Vi coming over the wall. Double kill from Ziggs and the amazing satchel charge.
That was pretty incredible.
That was so good. I almost want to rework that. Like, I feel bad I didn't have the camera better. I was struggling with the camera, but that was well played by him.
Yeah,
like,
that was a seriously good minefield.
yeah, he dodged the Q importantly,
Yeah.
and then forced him over the minefield because they had to come in with him. Yasuo didn't fully commit, couldn't use minions to get himself in there so much. Shield coming down on bottom lane, and a lot of damage going down onto the Caitlyn there. Oh, she's staying in really far, but looks like she will just netted herself back into the side wall there. Incoming Ezreal down to bottom, but it's going to be a pretty far away and not going to pick anything up. Oh no, it was closer than I thought. I had that on a different trajectory entirely in my mind, but yeah, this Ziggs looking good now. He's slightly ahead on CS. Oh, point blanks the Windwall with his bomb there. Not good times, not good times. But he's got his ultimate. Yasuo does now. Okay, about to say doesn't, but does. And he's picked up a needlessly large rod first. I think he's been playing this lane pretty ballsy anyway, considering he had no flash, pushed up so far without wards against the Lee Sin. Fair play to him. Came out with a double kill in the end. But Yasuo does a lot of damage, and like one mistake, he could end up with a Yasuo engage on him and take a lot
I
of
think I also
punishment.
might have traded that health pot for a mana pot. You know, he's going to struggle with mana, seriously. He's already down to half. I mean, if
Yeah.
he wants to use his ult, he might find he doesn't have the mana for it.
How's Vi doing? Vi is actually the same level as Lee Sin. Let's just check their experience. Yeah, they're about comparable experience. So Vi staying in the jungle and trying to farm whilst Lee Sin had some unsuccessful gankses. Oh! Ultimate just going to miss onto the bottom lane, not going to quite pick up the Varus, who had been taken fairly low. Caitlyn backed, picked herself up a Vamp Scepter, but Varus picked up that BF sword.
Yeah, it's worth pointing out the Ezreal ult wasn't quite up then, otherwise I think we probably would have seen that come in and try and snipe that Varus out as well. It was literally 2 seconds off his cooldown.
It's a shame, it's a shame, but nonetheless, Piltover find themselves an advantage, and this is possibly... what are you doing, Ziggs? Oh, I see, there was a Vi there. I didn't see the Vi at all. Satchel Charge just going to knock him back a tiny little bit, and he has run into the wrong jungle. Ezreal ult going to come down and not going to hit him.
That's the Ezreal ult we were talking about. Oh, Yasuo trying to go in on the Ziggs a bit then. Oh, and Lee Sin.
Ziggs doesn't have any mana though, is the problem here. Lee Sin's picked up blue buff, obviously.
A Ziggs with no mana is a Ziggs who can't really do anything.
No, I really... he had the gold lead, but he didn't invest it into wards or anything like that. I think Athene's Chalice of Harmony would have been a better pickup possibly. Or no, not... Gone for a double Doran's, a second
we know
Doran's.
he's going to go for a Ravenous. For the amount he paid, the 1600, he could have just about got a Chalice and a Blasting Wand and been just as happy with that. Had a little bit less damage and a lot more sustain.
The reason I retracted the statement he should have gone Chalice is there's fuck all AP on the other team. They are going in hard onto this Lee Sin, and it's not going to be quite the picking it up. Karma coming in, landing that Q, but they have got the support of Janna to get their team out here. And yeah, Yasuo at this point not making that much of an impact, still fairly weak, only got himself an Avarice Blade. Up top lane we do see a slight 10-ish minions in favour of Jax. Looks like he's going to be going for that Blade of the Ruin King Derb Blade. Another Ezreal ult coming out, going across now, all the way down the map, and gonna miss.
We've just seen Ziggs pick up blue buff. I think maybe this is their plan to keep him manned up.
Oh yeah, he'd obviously acquire the blue buffs anyway, but he has one Doran's ring to assist the blue buff mana regen. I'm not even sure that's enough. He's regaining pretty quickly now, but we'll see. He just doesn't have the capacity to launch many spells in succession, which worries me. I mean, fair play to this Ezreal. He's firing off his ult consistently from top lane. He doesn't have much use of it in his lane. Him and Jax are basically just trading farm.
Yeah.
Oh. Caitlyn?
Seeing a bit of an engage down bottom, and we see the Ziggs sneak down.
Sneaking down.
They
They have no idea.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, I
Think
think it hit him. He did. Oh, the Varus ult. Oh, the special dunk!
That was beautiful.
Uses the statue charge to dunk him, but he's going to find himself with a Yasuo on his face here and does not have the flash. Caitlyn coming across to try and help out. He does have his knock-up Q ready. Karma trying to lay down some poke in onto this. Oh, the turnaround! Not the auto attack, not quite enough. Q missing there from Lee Sin. Looks like Yasuo's gone hard on the background here. Managing to pick it up.
From Ziggs there, but now the Ziggs might get caught with the Yasuo.
Yeah.
It does, but it gives the Caitlyn opportunity.
Piltover are playing this fast and loose. Another Ezreal ult coming down the bottom lane here and not going to be able to pick anyone up, unfortunately. Yeah, they are playing this fast and loose, and the Ziggs is not afraid to go in. Picks himself up a blasting one as well. It's just all the AP he wants. Vi going to come here on top lane, but it is warded, so Jax should be able to get out pretty easily. Good Vault Breaker though, does go down. Uses the counter strike, flashing away now. Ultimate used from Vi, but not going to be a kill. A little bit too tanky, that Jax. A little bit too tanky.
Yeah, interesting. This Ziggs just picked up a health pot. A weird choice, you know, he hasn't been needing health pods very
So get
much.
some mana pods, man!
Yeah, literally. Like,
That's what you want to say.
And also, instead of boots, I probably would have picked up some kind of mana item. I know you can't get much for 325, but you could maybe have picked up, I was thinking for a Spell Thief's Edge or something. Just give him a bit more mana.
Yeah. Gonna have to disagree completely. He should not have picked up a Spell Thief's Edge, but mana pots I agree with. Probably mana pots would not have hurt him to buy in case of mana health pods. Ziggs is not going to have much need of health pods because he shouldn't be getting in too much damage anyway. Trading going on between these two ADCs down bottom. Oh, we do see Yasuo going aggressive. He's got a lot of damage. Ultimate coming down, but it's not enough, and it looks like Yasuo might get out here. Vi coming in behind, gets the Vault Breaker from in front of Yasuo and knocking him back. And it looks like Yasuo had sort of resigned himself to that fate to die there and didn't work too hard to get out. So, Ziggs goes down, but
lining up for a shot of fire, but I'm not sure he's going to take it on the tower.
No, I think she's a little bit too tanky for him to take out, and it also looks like for the first time, possibly ever, we'll see a Vi build tanky. It looks like she's going for the Spirit of the Ancient Golem. Lee Sin getting knocked back into tower, well played by Vi there. Quick reactions, it looked like he possibly may have wanted to kick her out, but the knockback from her, putting him on lower health than herself. Getting the red buff slowed down, he gets the Q down onto her as well. Looks like he wants to ward jump away, but just throws down the ward as a... I don't know why? No. Who can read the minds of these players? Ziggs returning to lane, still without any mana pods. Sorry, Dibs. I'm sorry.
I'm just so disappointed in him. We've got an Ezreal ult up in 5 seconds, so anyone who's even a little bit lower health on the map is probably going to see an Ezreal ult fly towards them. I'd suggest if that Lee Sin goes into vision, he's probably going to wind up with an Ezreal ult in his face. Yep.
Did you see the Piltover and team attempting to go for this dragon? Yasuo is coming in. Karma throwing out the empowered Q. They're continuing to engage dragon. Whirlwind goes off.
Here comes the Ezreal ult.
Yep, straight down the mid lane. Doesn't catch the Yasuo, I don't think, but catches the other two.
Damage.
He doesn't have that much damage. If you look, it looks like he's going for an early Iceborne Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of damage going down there. Oh, they try and get the... Woo, all confusing skills, a lot of lines. Vi's down, Yasuo's down, Ezreal's come down, but not Vi. Jax is up top lane pushing alone, and they're chasing hard for these kills. Just turn and get the dragon, otherwise you're going to lose this trade. You're going to lose this tower. Jax is an awesome tower pusher. Just take the goddamn dragon, kids. Piltover, kill the dragon, come on. Jesus. We see Janna going 1-to-1 with the Varus here. Brave move. Caitlyn coming back in. Exhaust going down onto Varus there. Q coming across onto Caitlyn. Varus going to try and get some damage down, and this was a very ill-conceived plan from Piltover here, I feel.
Yeah, I'm not sure the Varus is quite going to kill the...
No, they aren't going to get any kills, but they've been following forced out of lane where they could have just returned to lane and farmed. They're pretty even in the items. If you look, they're exactly even on items, and there wasn't much farm in it before, but now Varus and Karma are going to get a good push onto this turret.
Yeah, Jax has managed to take the top turret, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with the rest of the game now.
Yeah. Apparently
that's
Karma
the
picked
first
up...
part of the game, going to the team which theoretically are behind. You know, they've now got more gold.
They've got more gold, and I think that's Jax's farm and that turret make up that gold difference pretty much.
Yeah, he's way ahead on farm of this Ezreal.
Yeah, and I don't know, I think maybe that early gank having to blow his flash meant Ezreal's had to play a little bit overly safe, not been able to take the put the poke down that he really would want to on a Jax, considering the melee to ranged matchup. But
Definitely.
Yasuo and Vi having a little
golems now trying to make up that difference a little bit. But
yeah, but Jax able to roam around the map now, make his presence felt here. They may get onto this Yordle bastard in the mid lane. What is that called, that Q? Steel Tempest. What a terrible skill name.
We're seeing a lot of backwards and forwards going on down bottom, and Caitlyn is surprisingly low. This Varus is managing to hit her a lot.
When we saw them lose that trade earlier with the Janna bait, I'm going to call it, maybe, she never backed off after that, and it does look like now, because they fucked around with it too much, Piltover that is, Ionia are going to pick up this dragon relatively uncontested, and I think that's more due to their ward control. If you look on the map, we see a lot of blue wards out, but very few pink wards.
Yeah.
Purple,
I mean, the
red.
power of having wards up is vastly underrated in a lot of games.
Yep.
What have we got going on? There's no one in the top lane at the moment.
Oh, we do see an engage down bottom. Varus and Caitlyn taking each other on. Karma coming in here, missing the Q. Caitlyn's run the wrong way. They're putting the damage down now onto Janna, and they're trading back and they're trading forth. Karma taking a lot of damage. Ooh, good flash away from the Q there. Varus not having quite enough damage. Flashing away there, Janna, not quite sure was necessary, but either way they are out safe and no one dies. So again, more good trading. These last two matches have been a lot more intense and close. Like, I don't know whether it's people are not pulling off quite the same maneuvers they have before, but either way, these teams doing well tonight.
Yeah, at least him revealing himself in the bush there on that Caitlyn trap. It'll be interesting to see if the Ziggs takes him up on it. He is sneaking around to contest this buff. I think he's going to wait. Try and steal right. Oh no, there he goes.
Oh no, he's just going in. Oh, he uses the ultimate. He should have opened with the ultimate. Vi just going to knock him back and secure that kill for Ziggs. Had to use his flash in all of that, and it looks like Jax may go in onto this. Vi gives him the jump in. Minefield goes down, a lot of damage going down onto Ziggs. Jax is very tanky here and doesn't look like he's going to go down. Vi taking a lot of damage, knocked up, and taking the Yasuo ultimate as well. Ezreal ultimate again comes across a little bit too late, as we do see the bottom tower go down and Janna dying as well. So Ionia coming into this game, maybe Piltover need to take this a little bit more seriously. There is a very, very, very slim chance that if all the stars align, Ionia could end up in a tie-breaking situation and still qualify for the finals. Them and Zon down at 1 and 4 at the bottom of the league could really do with some other people to fuck up. So.
And this is what we've said before. Ionia just here to mess with the rankings at this point, you know. And that's exactly what they're doing at the moment.
Yep, pretty much. And taking down Piltover, I mean, they were very strong last week. Who did they play? Help me out here.
I have no idea. I barely pay attention.
Shadow Isles, maybe? I think Ionia played last week. Whoever they played last week, it wasn't one of the bigger teams. It was one of the... Oh no, it was Zon, wasn't it? It was Zon they played because... Yeah, that was... They beat the other team, the most, like, pointless team to beat for them. Like, they beat Zon, so...
Yeah, beating Piltover here would be a bit of an upset.
Yeah, I mean, if they can continue that good form from last week and win or their last match, whatever, I can't remember if it was last week or not, and they can continue that good form, then that's good news for them. And like we say, there is a very small chance that the stars align and they have a chance to qualify for the finals, which there's no reward for that. I just remembered, like, you see the wind wall going down, small knockback coming in there, Vi just missing the ultimate, and that's a big whiff on the Ziggs ultimate. Thought they would turn around, but they chose to fight. Ezreal ultimate not quite going to kill it. Both mid laners going down, and the jungle's going to disengage here as...
yeah, one apiece there, and now we see Jax coming in.
Yeah, Jax roaming once again.
Is too far back. That ward there, though, for Lee Sin to jump on. Oh, Jax uses it.
Jax jumps on it, just counter-striking, just like, fuck you, I'm Jax. And that is a problem. Piltover do need to win this earlier. They have a very squishy team, and the other team have a lot of champions.
We see a death for Caitlyn.
And Janna. Double kill for this Varus here.
That actually puts Ionia ahead on kills.
Yep. And significantly ahead on gold.
Towers, yeah.
4k in gold now, like the big one. And Jax has managed to get up here quick enough to stop Ezreal pushing this tower. This tower's taken barely anything. Like, Jax roamed all the way to mid lane, fucked around, and then left. And Ezreal wasn't able to push the tower in time, and that's worrying. Like, so Ezreal's going for a bit of an unconventional build, at least in the order he's building everything in. Iceborne Gauntlet first, not a terrible idea, but it ain't giving him a lot of damage. It's more giving him.
Piltover played this. I thought they played it a bit weird.
Whoa! And that empowered Q, just picking it up, just caught that on camera there. Didn't see Ziggs under immense trouble. And this bottom lane duo from Ionia again, pushing in, doing work. Ooh, Piltover not gonna quite interrupt the recall there. And it's looking better.
People head up towards this Ezreal. I think he might be in trouble.
Oh yeah, he's fucked. Blade the Ruined King going off on him there, flashes early, puts his barrier down. Counter-Strike hasn't been used yet. Lee Sin comes in and kicks him away, forcing a flash out of, who was that, Yasuo? Yeah, Yasuo flashed in.
Yeah, I mean, Ezreal does have good escape, but there was an awful lot of people on his face, right?
Yeah, that's 3 people. I mean, he did everything he could to try and prolong his death, but at the end of the day, it was kind of fruitless. See Caitlyn and Janna trying to push down this bottom lane, and before we've seen Janna be, like, a huge force for the Piltover team, but this week not really. The last few times we've seen her, Zoan we saw her on, and Piltover.
Yeah, I mean she could use a bit more AP and a bit more presence with her warding as well. But we're seeing a couple of wards down, but they're all but one at bot lane. You know, she needs to really step out into the jungle and get a few more wards down.
Yeah, and it's a team effort anyway altogether. I mean, the only ward that isn't down there is like one of their blue, which is a problem when you've got to ward your own buffs. And one right back here, which is a testament to how fearful they were of this Jax and Lee Sin pushing around their jungle. Meanwhile, another fight going on bottom, and Caitlyn losing out heavily. Exhaust going down there onto Karma. We do see Vi coming in from the background. Caitlyn continuing to kite backwards. Karma missing her Q there. They are going to pick up the kill onto Janna, and Vi is behind them, but doesn't look like she wants to go in on that one, as Caitlyn has to back out as well. Karma and Varus doing a very good job here. I can't remember what we saw last week for Ionia. What was the support we saw for them?
Can't remember.
Because it wasn't the Soraka. Like, we've seen the Soraka most times from them, and she's just been killed in lane, and it's not really ever come to fruition for them, having that Soraka on team. It's never really benefited them in any noticeable way. You see Caitlyn getting caught out here, but Vi coming in, not quite getting the knock back, but getting the knock up. They do pick up Caitlyn in response either way. Karma trying to run away here, gets the binding, whatever you call it, down onto Vi and gets herself out. And another Ezreal goes to a different Summoner's Rift somewhere far off in the distance.
Yeah, we see both AD carries go down there. Yasuo chasing the Vi a little way, but that's a bad idea. There's Ziggs and there's Ezreal so nearby. We're seeing Jax just hanging out top, pushing the lane a little bit.
Yeah, he's just going to try and become an unstoppable presence. Looks like he's going up for that Trinity Force after his Blade of the Ruined King. He's going to have so much damage.
Yeah. I mean, even now, just sitting on a Phage and a Sheen, he should be doing a decent portion of damage. I'm surprised he's only at 1-0. I was sure he had more deaths than that. It's the Yasuo on 5 kills.
Yeah, the Yasuo
our leader is Ziggs on 6, interestingly.
Yeah, these mid laners pretty much involved in absolutely everything on their teams going on. They're like, even if they're like the kill death, like what their participation says, like they always seem to be the ones like they're either involved in small skirmishes or like it's because they've somehow beaten each other up and got into a bad position. But also this bottom lane are just tearing each other apart, or more rightly, Ionia are tearing the Piltover bottom lane apart, which is surprising because the Piltover bottom lane has been one of their strongest lanes.
There's another Ezreal ult comes out. Does actually hit its intended target this time, but it's not enough damage.
No.
That thing scales off AP far more than off AD, and he doesn't even have that much AD at the moment.
Yeah, and once we were talking about how he does have that slight bit of AP, it looks like he might be going some weird hybrid thing. The Iceborne Gauntlet gives him a little bit of ability power, but he's then going into a tilt.
30, 40 ability power?
Yeah. Yeah, it's 30 ability power, but the Piltover, he's going for a build water cutlass it seems as well, as Janna goes down bottom, Lee Sin keeping the slows applied onto Caitlyn there. She tries to get back there, gonna get taken down by the arrow of the Varus there, who's knocked aside by the Vi. She engages in onto this Lee Sin, who's just gonna go down to the Ziggs, and in the background there, Varus gets killed as well. We do see Ziggs trying to chase down onto Karma, but not able to pick up the kill.
Yeah, I mean,
and
he doesn't have that much speed to chase it with, if she's so slow, he was never going to catch it.
At the moment, we just see Ionia sort of pushing all the lanes and forcing fights whenever they get the opportunity, and all Piltover are doing is trying to respond to that. So
Yeah, it's interesting. Earlier, Piltover were the ones who were playing very confidently. Now, it really seems to reverse, and Ionia are confident. I mean, look top. Yasuo and Jack just surrounding
that
this
is
Ezreal
not a
and kill
place
him on
that
the tower.
Ezreal wants to be. Gets the ultimate off, but Yasuo choosing to fight underneath tower here, and it looks like it'll be a little bit too much damage for him to ask, but Jack's re-engaged into the fight, not quite going to pick... Oh, he may... Yeah, Janna's going to go down from the ignite, but both of them will die as well, and Ionia are very confident just to play around underneath turrets at this point, and I think if they just sort of... It's something the Piltover have done before, actually. It's how Piltover have won a lot of their games. They've just sort of won all the lanes, like, half decently at least, or completely crushed them, and then just pushed the entire map in one go, sort of thing. And then eventually just won so hard that they take the Nexus down.
I mean, that's something your team's really dominant. Is that they're not just pushing down one lane, they're pushing down all
That's a
the
beautiful
lanes
Lee Sin kick
simultaneously.
though. Kick onto Ziggs, which also knocks up Vi, which secures both the kills for Varus. Very well played by Lee Sin there.
Yeah, I mean, we're now looking at 20 kills to 14, that's a big difference. Almost, well, it's more than a 5k gold lead. And now one tower for Piltover. It doesn't look like they're going to manage to get another without some serious plays here.
Yeah. It's just funny, Ionia Ionia taking down Piltover the same way that they have beaten so many other teams in this. And remember, Piltover were on an unbeaten streak. They lost in round 1 to Freljord, but since then they have gone 4 victories to no losses, beating Demacia and other people along the way. I can't actually remember who they've played. I think they haven't now. Too many matches now. You see Varus taking a lot of... No, not Varus taking a lot of damage.
Ezreal.
Taking a lot of damage.
And a nice Ziggs ult there finishes off the Varus.
Yeah. Over-aggressive flash in there from Ziggs. Caitlyn, though, stepping a little bit too far forward and instantly jumped on Janna, going very low there. Not ignited this time, though. Knock up onto Yasuo. Gets the shields, gets the barriers and all that. Into the back line goes Jax, but it's not enough, and he does go down. Caitlyn ultimate down onto Karma, but I don't think anyone's going to be able to quite catch up with her there, and Piltover find themselves with a one-team fight after the over-aggression from Ionia there, and good push down this mid-turret.
Yeah, that did seem to go in Ionia's favour. And Ionia's favour and Piltover's favour. What am I talking about? They are going to take this tower. As I was saying, I can't imagine them taking the tower without some plays. They managed to pull off the plays and get the tower.
It's because you're always wrong.
It's because I am always wrong, whether I'm naming champions or talking about what's happening. I better not say this Ziggs looks like he's got away from this Lee Sin mid, because he'll just get caught.
Just like Lee Sin just teleports behind him, like, fuck. Shit, how did he do this? Yeah. And,
I've got Ziggs walking around with double buff.
good old
See
Ziggs
if
with
he
double
does
buff.
anything with that.
Yeah, Ziggs is really much all the power at the moment. Caitlyn has not a bad build going on. She's got that sort of Legolas build going for herself, but we see she has a full Phantom Dancer and a little bit more behind Varus, and that makes Varus so much more. He's got the attack speed to back up the attack damage he has, so Caitlyn's really going to be like focused on trying to get her ultimate off on things and hit things with Piltover, and she isn't going to be able to kite as effectively without that attack speed and a little bit of extra movement speed.
Yeah,
3-man push onto the mid
You
turret.
also see upgraded boots on Varus, which should mean he's able to chase down people a lot better with those Fury boots.
Yeah. Second player who was playing Vayne last time, seems they quite like doing that, and I don't know whether it's because Fiora was slightly improved under this latest patch. A lot of the boot upgrades, enchantments, whatever we call them, have been improved since that.
I mean, the Fury boots mean that basically if he hits his Q on somebody's a bit far away, he gains 12 movement speed, and that's enough to catch up with them, 12% movement speed, sorry.
Yeah, I just don't know whether they've buffed the movement speed buff of it or not, because they did that with a lot of things, like Alacrity's meant to be better now. They made, yeah, Alacrity's meant to give 20 plus 20 now, whereas previously it was plus 15. Apparently there's a bug where it's still only giving plus 15, but let's not go into that right now. And some of the other ones have changed as well, like the way distortion works has been slightly changed.
Yeah,
And stuff,
distortion's been greatly improved. It's really noticeable in Earth as well.
so. Earth?
Earth?
Love Earth.
I think
Good Ziggs ultimate picks up the Varus, who is pretty much already dead, and once again Karma getting herself out of here. So far Karma is the only person in this game who hasn't died, and that could all change right now. She's still using those shields well though, and the movement speed, getting her away. Ultimate from Janna trying to knock them all back, but Karma picks herself up a kill. Will she go down here? Nope, again the movement speed just too damn high. She doesn't even have tier 2 boots.
the movement speed is too damn high.
Pretty much. We see Yasuo rolling around, trying to get in on people, flashes in, gets himself a double kill. There's an opportunity for a triple, maybe even a quadra here if he plays it right, but doesn't really want the fight. There's two quite high damage champions there, and as I was talking, Caitlyn has picked up her Phantom Dancer now, so she isn't quite as far behind as she may have looked. Oh!
Yeah, Caitlyn really capitalising on the damage the Ziggs had laid down there.
Yeah. Oh, it's like, I didn't think it connected. The way it spins in the air, it looked like it had missed, but no, just clipping it there. As we see Jax, again, just doing his complete own thing in this game, constantly taking down Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, I think he noticed his team needed a bit of universal gold there, but he needs to be present for these team fights.
Oh yeah, he is a big factor. Yasuo going for a hyper aggressive build here. Normally we see the static shiv into an infinity edge. Decided to pick up a Ravenous Hydra. Bloodthirst is a little bit more common, I think, just because it's such a strong AD item with lifesteal. Ravenous Hydra not bad at all though, and I think he's noticed that Piltover are maybe not splitting up quite as much as they should. They're a kiting, poking team, and they are stood together a little bit too often, which is why they're getting punished so hard by this primarily melee team. Or heavily melee team, whatever. Take it away, Dibs.
I just want to talk about Earth. I understand how anyone talks about ultra rapid fire without just quoting Independence Day all the time with that "Welcome to Earth." Like, I wish at the beginning of every game of ultra rapid fire, the announcer just yelled, "Welcome to Earth."
Well, they just ripped the audio from Will Smith and just put it in there.
And that'd be equally good. Apparently, he doesn't even say that in the movie.
What? Welcome to Earth.
Yeah, well, I think he says "Welcome to Earth," but everyone says it like "Welcome to Earth." And he very
it's just his accent.
The TH.
Like
no, he doesn't even have the accent. He pronounces it perfectly. His enunciation is wonderful. Everyone thinks, because he's black, he pronounces it Earth.
All I remember from that film is Bill Pullman being fucking awful.
Bill Pullman's amazing. I would seriously vote for him for president.
Lost Highway is such an awful film. It's a good Varus ultimate there. Manages to lock up 4 in total after the chain spread. And we do see Lee Sin going down after he goes a little bit over aggressive. I'm always a wonder why these AD carries are so far forward. Like, we see Varus like going one man into the jungle here, Vile just not gonna quite hit him.
Yeah, it's like they don't know they have a Jax or a Yasuo, and then we see that Jax catching the fly. I don't think he's on.
Ooh, just picking that one up with the Q there. The Windfall doing work here for Ionia, keeping the damage away from the Piltover team. Ooh, Ziggs trying to go down here. Counter-strike is going to land. Good knock-up there from Janna, but it's not enough. Ziggs goes down to Varus there, and Ezreal trying to stand and fight, but he doesn't have enough of it, and Varus getting aggressive once again, just goes in, and Scumbag Home Guards. Caitlyn comes in and takes her down, but finds herself in a bad position afterwards, as in comes Yasuo, gets the E in onto her, but able to follow it up, trying to get those Steel Tempests, gets the Q, Steel Tempest, the knock-up, whirlwind, whatever.
Flash and barrier there.
Yep, and that's going to be a second inhibitor if Jax will hit it, but doesn't look like he wants to. They're all just sort of fucking around in the base. Ionia now getting a little bit confident in their victory, but it is looking very good for them. 8 kills in the good. And that's a one-shot Janna there.
They just made a lot of progress. That important thing of actually doing things when you win a team fight, they are capitalising on that.
And that's the same thing that won Demacia the last game as well. Bandle City won several team fights in that, but they never really gained much apart from 2 dragons. And good Ziggs, well, good chain of the ultimates there, picks up the kill on the Jax, but I think that's only delaying the inevitable. 2 inhibitors down, looks like they... Oh, gonna try and go for Baron here on the backside. Ionia, and... You can blame them really, right?
Yeah, I mean, apparently now...
They have like 2 infinity edges on 2 teams. Oh dear me, Janna's gone, guys. She's too light.
Yeah, that's kind of sealed Piltover's fate if the Janna's disconnected, but hopefully we'll see a return. Though I thought with Baron, this is going to be a very one-sided final team fight.
Yeah, it's just not like... It's very all-in heavy, like all-in team from the Ionia. They're too far ahead now. Like, the Jax isn't actually that far ahead, but he's strong enough anyway, and Jax scales too well that now it doesn't matter.
Well as well. Between that random and that Trinity, he's tough.
Yeah, and like the IE build, the IEs and the other builds, they both got IE Last Whisper on Yasuo, Varus. They just shred and stuff. There is no fucking armor on the other team anyway, apart from Vi, and she hasn't got enough of it to really mitigate the damage. Like, both those two do such high damage when they hit her that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 Last Whispers there as well, which mean that...
Well, that is an odd thing, actually. Vi's chosen to pick up a Tiamat, which we haven't seen. We've seen full AD Bloodthirster Vi's, but...
Yeah, it looks like she's building towards a Varus Hydra, but
Yep, picks that up then. But I don't think that's the answer. She needs to be the full-on tank engager. This one needs to be able to survive the damage of their team, but no one can really do Ezreal ultimate going out again. And this Ezreal's build finished that Blade of the Ruined King, and afterwards it looks like he's going for that last whisper. So
yeah, finishing more AD than AP, but
yeah,
slightly odd build.
trying to be like a ranged
Janna goes
bruiser.
straight down. She did disconnect, so she might have been lagging there.
Caitlyn down as well. Nice Ziggs ultimate.
Take out these two.
That is the two big ADs down, but here comes Jax to the fight again, always late, but you know, that's what he does. Taking a lot of damage there, trying to just go one-on-one with the Varus. She gets the knockout there, and that was a little bit gung-ho to just try and sit there and, you know, 1v3 by taking out the tank
all
first.
that time, Lee Sin was pushing towers, and then I countered their Nexus because that Lee Sin stayed. And just
Yeah, but you don't win until you kill the Nexus. It's great having an open Nexus, that's a great, like, bonus and, like, opportunity, but you need to kill the actual Nexus. That's like how you win the games.
Yeah, but it's not cool to get killed when it's done.
You punch the trees to get the wood to build the house. Man, I wish I had that kid's accent.
It's pretty incredible.
Ah, that Lee Sin flash right then.
Yeah, but it was unnecessary.
They should be able to clear away these minions now, but it's just a case of waiting for the respawns. Varus and Yasuo not far away, Jax a little bit further, but I think they can do it with Varus and Yasuo.
Yeah, I mean, interesting to point out, there is a ward in the middle of the base there. I wouldn't be surprised if we get back door any minute now.
You say there's a ward there. This isn't Earth where everyone's running teleport, alright? This is why Earth's bad. It teaches you bad things. Like, you're just like, yeah, everyone will have teleport.
He could jump to that, 2 wards. That pretty much jumping distance. He could leave.
Oh no, Karma died!
Wow.
Karma finally bit the dust. Ah, that's a shame. She was doing so well.
She's full on traumatized in the old jar right now.
Yeah, I don't have that on. Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of asterisks.
Yeah.
We see Ionia take the dragon very quickly then. Not about necessary at this point. They've got the gold lead. They didn't really need it.
Visa finds herself on the wrong side of Shit Valley right here. 3 members of the enemy team coming in. Varus ultimate goes down on top of her, and like I said, even with the armor that she has, it's nothing to this Varus, who does go down. Oh my god, Ziggs following up very well there. Yasuo trying to get in there, Jax following him up as well. It's very low. Caitlyn in the background, Jax trying to get in onto her there. Ezreal in trying to help as well, and Ionia have done this all wrong. Got tunnel vision trying to kill that Vi, and they lose their 3 people who could end the game again, and all the inhibitors are back. So it's all up to Lee Sin.
The pushing out now should really help. What are they called?
Piltover.
Piltover, yeah.
They are within 4 kills. Still, you know, like 12k gold behind, but that's not important at this stage of the game. What is important is the fact that they actually have Nexus and not just an open turret. GA picked up there for Caitlyn, so not bad. She's still... Yeah, and I think maybe like the others could benefit from this. Like a GA onto Yasuo, Jax, or Varus. Any one of them with a GA, and it basically means that I don't think Ionia can win a team fight. But we'll see.
Pretty much. I mean,
not Ionia, Piltover. Fuck. Jesus, these teams, man. There's still some fighting Piltover yet. If they're given the opportunity and Ionia makes these mistakes where they're not fighting the fights properly, they will take the team fights.
I would push a bit further out of their base with that one team fight just then, but maybe if they win another, they'll be able to win.
Yeah, I mean, they were just stabilising off that one. There were still super minion waves pushing in. They needed to clear those ones out. And there's not really much objectives on the map for them to take. Like, none of their buffs are really up or anything, so...
Dragon Power will play down.
Yep. But all of the teams, and all of the members and everyone is alive. Inhibitors are open, and let's see what Ionia does here. Will they trek in one by one again and get themselves murked, or will they group up? At the moment, they're trying to push all the lanes, but...
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that the next team fight will be the final team fight, whichever way it goes.
I don't know. I doubt Piltover can end it if they win it. Like, just there's too many towers for them to go through. They have to go through 4 towers and an inhibitor, and like the team fight's going to happen somewhere near their base on their side of the map. It's a long way to walk.
Yeah, I don't disagree, but Caitlyn will most definitely be up if they win this team fight with that GA. But she's got a lot of damage now, a decent bit of attack speed. I don't think it's impossible.
Oh no, it's not impossible, but...
surrender after that.
Ooh, Vi, you're outside the base when you shouldn't be. Janna getting very aggressive there, and we've seen her just dropped before, so she needs to be careful. Who's not level 18? Janna is not level 18. Karma is level 17. Oh, and Jesus Christ, Caitlyn is still 17 as well, so she's being a bit denied on levels here as well. She's very close to that 18, should be it soon. I like how they're pushing the one place there still is an inhibitor turret. Alright, here we go, they figured it out. Hey guys, there's no turret here, let's go.
Alright, this is the
Oh, Lee Sin Q hits there, he's in underneath the turret, Jax is in onto Caitlyn in the background, she's going down very quickly, Janna ultimate there, trying to knock people back, knock-ups on everyone, Yasuo does have that GA now, so that's good news for them. We do see no one has gone down, Caitlyn in the background, GA popped and she's dead. That means Jax has won that one, but they've lost Varus on the other side, AD carries are lost across the board. But Jax...
he's got an awful lot of damage, he's spectacularly low health.
Yeah, but we've got the Ezreal here trying to push the wave as Jax is running around stuck inside the enemy's base trying to get that kill, and he does not. So Piltover coming out 1 kill ahead there, and all of their inhibitors are still up. Hooray! That could be a Baron play, maybe, if they feel confident in a 4v3. They should do.
Yeah, we've still got Lee Sin up, we've still got... Oh, Karma's back up already. That was a shorter pool than I was expecting, but they've got
Karma didn't
30
die.
seconds before Varus is up, and much longer before Jax is back up.
Karma didn't die. Karma still only got one death.
Ah, what's the got back then?
Yeah, it was Varus. Yeah, she just recalled very early. I think she realised the fight was not going in their favour. Yasuo still has his GA up, so that's good news. Caitlyn's was popped in that team fight, of course, as she is dead. But so Jack's doing a good job there just to get in on that one. They're just going to go ward Baron and again just push out the lanes, wait for Caitlyn. And I think they're struggling at the moment. Janna's not been able to do the right things to keep Caitlyn safe from Jax at the moment. The ultimate that time pushed Jax towards her instead of away from Caitlyn, so that's
She's
bad.
also a little short on AP, you know. On a Janna, a little bit of AP goes a really long way with that shield. I mean, she's got what, Locket, a Talon.
She's gone for a very supportive base build. I don't mind it at all. The Michael's Crucible is a very good item. It'll cleanse that stun off. Very sharpish from what's his face, Jax, if Caitlyn does find herself caught by that. And I look at the Iron Solari is questionable, but again, it's not bad. I think in this situation it isn't the best because you generally get that when you're against more AP heavy teams, and this other team is AD all around pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see a pick up her opponents next, or maybe even a Sonya's Arras.
Yeah, she does need some AP in the background there. I think even things like Athene's or Twin Shadows, just something, anything. Come on, Janna. Baron picks up there by Ionia, Piltover realising too late and not able to get to the fight, so... And here we go again, and this time...
And you see if that Baron tips the balance. We've got a double buff Lee Sin, Ziggs blue, that's all of the buff that you can see he has.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the team. Windwall's gone down. They're focusing down that inhibitor and it's dropping quickly. So the inhibitor's now down. The Nexus is open. I think Ionia need to initiate this fight themselves. Otherwise, they're just going to lose too much of their base and not be in a position to fight at all. Q there, landing in onto Caitlyn on the backside. She nets away. Jax in on the middle, Vi ultimate down onto Lee Sin. Vi's going very low and drops extremely quickly in the middle of all that. Yasuo at the background there. His Guardian Angel has been popped, but the Nexus is already taking damage onto half health already. They're not going to be able to stop this, and Ionia take their second win against the top of the league, Piltover.
Yeah, stunning upset then. Piltover needed so when they were taking that first inhibitor, need to force the fight earlier so they could protect the Nexus, and they just walked in.
The fight was so one-sided in the end. They got Yasuo's Guardian Angel, but that was it. But Ionia still in with a very small fighting chance. Piltover still probably going through, but this loss means they are not as invincible as they have looked, and will have to fight properly in these finals if they want to win this. Anyway, that's our games for this week, and we will be back next week with the conclusionary part of Round 6.